Good, beautiful morning, everyone. Aja here from Panda Monium. We are getting ready to head into town. I've got to grab some supplies at the hardware store and go pick up some mail. So we got started on the chicken coop, winterizing it, and that's what this video is going to be about. Jeff was able to take some of the hardware off, and Chris was nice enough to paint it, or part of it. I've got to finish the rest, and then I was moving some things around. I've got one of the barrels moved. I need to move the other one. I've got a glass enclosure, but I'll show you more later. We just made it into Williams. They've been working on this road for the whole season, actually. Spring, summer, and fall. Actually, I think they were working on it last year. Big equipment. Looks like they're getting close to it being done. This used to be all dug up right there. Now they're tracking everything down. Oh, they're digging up that. Choo-choo! Oh, look at tourists being tourists. Momo, you want to hold the girls' package? Alright, well, we've got the girls' heated watering bowl, but I'll go over that later in the video. Y'all ready? I think we're gonna go grab something to eat real quick. Since we're here in town, might as well. Are you Mr. Yanni over there, huh? You're like, I don't get to go in the restaurant. Beautiful fall colors everywhere. Here. So we're waiting for the waitress to come over and get our order, but these booths are kind of weird. The booths are way lower than the table. See? Like, it's just like chest level. It's odd. Although the chairs are okay out there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I get you something to drink?
Jeff ended up getting the corned beef hash. I love that. I usually get it sometimes. Or the French toast, but I wasn't that hungry. Well, I guess it is still a lot of food, but I decided to just get the egg plate. It's 2 eggs with some hash browns and toast. Well, who is that? Looks like Jimmy and Olive are leaving. Bye! Bye! Jimmy's leaving, and Chris and Catherine are leaving today, so they'll just leave Jeff and myself on the property, and we'll be done. Moo-moo, Uncle Jimmy's gonna cut your nails for the last time. All the dogs are just watching.
They just want treats.
That's all they want. Yeah. Oh, that's why Moo-moo likes her nails cut so much.
Right.
I feel like I'm at a nail salon.
I know.
Mimi.
Oh.
Moon was just, she's like, oh, it's spa day in the truck. Kellogg's like, I'm good. I don't want my nails done. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, look at that fire. I think that's the one by Parks at Belmont. It's pretty big. How long has that been burning? Weeks, yeah. It has its moments, like sometimes it's not much and then it flares back up. Yeah, it is windy today. We'll talk about wind. We're getting ready to go through the dust pit. Let me roll my window up. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, yeah, good thing you rolled your window. I can't even see out your window. I got back with the supplies, got some T-posts, some alfalfa hay, and the corrugated clear, which is gonna make the wind block and the snow block. So, me got the screws to put it up with, some foam insulation, and I'm also going to do some caulking because there are a few gaps that I want to caulk, but there is a gap here in the door. That's what I'm gonna use the insulation for. Gonna put down some of this steer manure, and then also I've got the pine shavings because I'm gonna put that whole thing in the chicken coop. It's gonna be a deep layer for the winter. Oh, it looks like somebody brought y'all some food. Wow, Ed and Sue must have brought them over some food. So what's left of their garden. So we're going to put the hay here and then have to line everything. Jeff lost his phone, so he's got to run back and see if he can find it. He got in the truck and I was like, Jeff, what is that on the dash? It was his phone. So he thought it fell out of his pocket, but luckily it didn't, so that's a good thing because he just got that phone and they're not cheap. There's still a lot to do, but it shouldn't take that long, hopefully, and we have today to get it done. Because now that there's nobody here and we can focus the next 2 days after this, because we're leaving on Saturday and that's in 3 days. So the next 2 days are going to be nothing but packing stuff up, getting everything closed off for the winter. Oh, this is definitely harder to spread than regular. Hey, maybe one of us should hold while the other one spreads. You like that, girls? It's gonna be awesome in here in the winter. You got your neighbor, Ed and Sue, that are going to watch you. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. It's almost time for you girls to go inside. Oh, nope, they're like, we're going back outside to forage. I think Phoenix is ready inside. I know. Y'all are spoiled little girls. Well, this project has definitely taken more time than I thought it would. I thought we could do it in one day, but we're on day 3. So I'm glad most of it is done now, though. And now it's just a few things here and there. I've ordered some stuff for the winter for the girls. So their main watering is going to be the barrel. I filled it all the way up and I'm hoping that it doesn't freeze. And I'll show you later when I give you a little tour of that. But it's in a glass enclosure, so I'm fingers crossed that it will stay warm enough to where nothing freezes. But I did prepare if things do get really cold and want to freeze. Remember, we don't get usually below 0 degrees here. I think last winter, one day got -3, and that was just for one day, and it wasn't very long. So I'm hoping it doesn't get too cold, but like I said, I did prepare. I bought a heated pet bowl, so that way if the barrel cannot be used, Ed said he would definitely fill the girls' bowl every morning. And the thing is that they're not going to be needing to drink at night, and they're usually sleeping. So the heated pet bowl is usually for the mornings and during the day while they're awake. And if this did not work, I did end up getting just the regular rubber bowl. And this is easy to break the water if it freezes over and dump out. And then Ed could use multiple ones. He could use this along with the heated bowl and also the barrel, and that way they'll have plenty of water through the winter. But this was the main one that I wanted to get for them, as I saw people use this and they went through a cold winter. I think the one person that I saw use this had like freezing temperatures down to -20, and this bowl kept it unfrozen. So it is quite a windy day, and the wind is coming from the south. So this is their enclosure here. Speaking of wind coming from the south, they put all this clear corrugated roofing here, cut it to about 4 foot, and that way it gives a lower wind block for the really cold wind. It's just that kind of greenhouse plastic, so that'll help block the wind. Then we've got the glass enclosure that starts there and goes around for their feeding troughs. They have the feeding one here and then the water there. They have 2 nesting areas. I decided to use the bucket on the outside here just so it's easy. This is usually where they lay their eggs, and that way Ed or Sue could just come over, unscrew the lid, and grab their eggs. I've never seen anybody do this, so I thought it was a good idea. Got 2 locks here, and that opens up. There was a small gap here, so I decided to put some foam here. That way there's no breezes or cold air that'll come in this way. And this is their other nesting box here. They don't really use that. Oh, they do go inside and just kind of hang out, but they mainly use this one, and I think it's because the sun beats down on it, and it's well lit, and it's warm in there. But there was another kind of space there, and I filled that in with the foam as well. And we've got one more thing to do and put in the other kind of chicken automatic door. We decided to unplug this one. It just wasn't working. It would come up halfway and then get stuck, and then sometimes it wouldn't even open. So really bad one here. I spent like $120 on that. So it was a shame it didn't work. We ended up having to spend about $300 on a new one, and this one actually you can use on your app and or online, so I'll go over that later. But this is the inside. I didn't fill this as deep as I was going to, because I figure I left some for Ed, and he can add to this as they poop. I usually add a top layer like once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then that's usually good. Obviously, I'm keeping the vents and the windows closed for the winter season. I laid down all the alfalfa. The girls are liking it, getting used to it. They're in their little feeding area. Like I said, the first one here is their food, and the second one in the corner, I'm hoping, is out of the wind and sheltered by the glass. So hopefully it'll keep warm enough to keep the water warm, but we'll see. And I do have the backup sources. So yeah, this is their whole area. They like to hang out under this tree a lot. So I decided to take some more of that clear corrugated roofing and cover this area so if they want to hang out in the winter. And then also the clear corrugated roofing is on this area where their food and water is. There's a little hangout area there. This will be their first winter here, so we're just testing the waters and seeing how it goes. Ed and Sue will be here to watch them. So if there's anything that needs to be adjusted or worked on, then Ed is more than capable of it. The only other thing that I thought about doing, putting a shade cloth up above to help catch the snow, diffuse it and let it melt. But then I thought that'll cause shade, and I want as much sun as possible in here during the winter, just in case it does snow. It helps melt it quickly. Got a little nesting area. They don't lay eggs there. They used to lay eggs there, but they don't anymore. They do in the coop, but they still like to hang out there just under the tree, so I'm glad that's all covered. I left this uncovered just because the wind rarely comes from the east. And I started here, like I told you, and wrapped it around. I just wanted them to be protected from the southern winds. So they do like to come and dust bathe in here and just scratch around. So that's why I wanted to protect this area a little bit. And also, their hangout areas right here. It's got the pallet there, but I wanted more protection from the wind. It's a very muffled wind. I still wanted some ventilation in here. And it is quite windy today. But yeah, this is their chicken run, and I think they've got plenty of room for the winter. And I did specifically get cold hardy breeds, just so they can do better in the winter. The cold hardy breeds are good down to -20, and we never, like I said, get that low. So I think they're gonna be okay. Not to mention, Ed and Sue are excited to chicken sit, y'all. So here is the new chicken door. And the components, this is actually, I think, the battery and the solar for it. It's a separate unit, which I think is nice. There's a charge controller over there that Jeff just brought out. And I think this is the chicken door. We're going to go ahead and get this assembled and get the door up. Okay, Jeff's going over the directions now on how to install it.
If your location is likely to freeze, make sure the door rails do not get wet and become frozen.
Oh, so they should be on the inside then.
Says the actuator is vertically weatherproof.
Should we just leave this here and then put a flap here just so they have a way out, and then put that on this side, or just do one door?
Well, I think one door is enough.
Alright, we removed the old plate that was holding the door and removed the old door from the plate. Now we have to readjust this opening because the new door requires it to be a bit bigger, I think.
It's got to be 12 inches tall.
12 inches?
Come
and
up here.
Okay.
And it's got to be 11 inches wide.
11 inches wide. Okay, we can do that. Okay, he's getting the door together because it might be a little more complicated than we thought at first.
So it looks like that.
Right.
These are the two rails. That's the door.
So it does go all the way up. This one doesn't roll like the old door does. So we need this whole area to be...
This piston comes out. That is what fastens to the bottom. But this has to be mounted so that this, you know, is when this is retracted. It's
right, I get that, Jeff. Yeah, I know. But so the thing is that this is going to require a huge area.
They say this is vertically weatherproof, which it looks like. So this can be mounted outside. I got it upside down.
So that is weatherproof. So we had thought to mount it on the inside, but there's 2x4s and a lot more boards on the inside. We did use pallets to build this, and there lies our problem, is that it's not like a, so we'd have to cut all this out, even these slats going across here, for the door to work properly. So maybe not mount it on the inside. I'm thinking this wall by the door is the best and easiest to get to. So, oh, they gave you a template? Oh wow, that is almost as big as that. Well, which is a...
Yeah, width-wise, it's about right. It's a little higher than it needs to be.
Well, then we can just cut this out right and put it on the outside, and then we can use the old existing. Except we'll have to mount it on the outside. We didn't want it to freeze, so that's why we were gonna mount it on the inside. But it says it's weatherproof, so hopefully. And not to mention, there's that lip here, so hopefully nothing will get caught in the track. All right, so I think we've got it figured out. I'm just gonna remove this. We've already got the tracks installed. Yeah, that's annoying. So they did this, they installed this for packing reasons. So that's the only reason that hinge is there.
Unless the door is used for more than one, you know, door, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
It is weird. Okay. Wow, stuff's not easy to get off. But we won't need this, it's just a protective film. Okay.
Because all you do is tighten this and it's never used again.
Right, so you just have to tighten that, and like he said, and that's it. It's just weird.
And just think of the engineering that had to go into this hinge.
Right.
I guess it worked. I would have just made the door. There we go.
Is that it?
It doesn't fold anymore.
Okay. Got the rails on and the door in place. That's not where it's actually gonna go, it's just resting right there. And there's the actuator that's gonna make the door go up and down. He just got the bottom of the actuator on. There's just a pin and then a cotter pin holding it. And then now we're gonna connect the top.
The top gets removed.
Okay, up there. Hey girls. We're putting in a new door for y'all. Okay, now we're putting the top part in with the screw. There's a little piece that holds the actuator out from the wall, so it's not resting against the wall. There it goes. Alright. Yeah, we'll wait to tighten it all the way up until we know it's good. Awesome. So these mounts here are for the control box, which I think is next. Okay, Jeff just grabbed the control box, which is this unit here. Oh, cool. It looks waterproof too, so that can go on the outside as well, can it? Does the battery go in that?
No.
No? Okay.
Battery and solar panel are totally...
Are separate? Okay.
So that's this. It's essentially... That's the cables.
Just wanted to show you the inside of the unit. This is the motherboard, or the controller that works it. This is all sealed and weatherproof. Jeff is installing the mounting brackets. We're trying to decide whether we should put this on the inside or outside. It is weatherproof and meant to go on the outside, and there's a sensor. I think it'll actually look better on the inside because you won't see all the wires. I just don't want all those wires to be exposed. it's gonna be a jumble of a mess. So I can hide them better on the inside. We just have to take their well, I don't know if I can even take those out. Oh yeah. Okay. At least one can come out. Oh no. Jeff's drilling the access hole. Oops, it was over just a bit, but it's okay. You might want to widen the hole though, because it's going through one of the beams. It was kind of weird in here. It actually feels warm though. It's nice and comfy. I think because that window's there and it's kind of heating up things. Okay, we got it through. That was a task, definitely. Let me know when it's done.
Slow now, slow. Go about an inch. Okay, that's all the way in.
Is that it? Okay. All right, we're gonna hook up the door first. Just wanted to see how far I have to go. I guess that'll be good right there, huh? Okay. And thank you. So we had to install it where we could read the pairing instructions here on the side. That way we can pair it later, because this is controlled by an app online. So I'll know if it's working when I'm not here. Oh! The thing came loose. Oops, I guess I'll take that off. But we also have, look up here, Jeff. We also have a camera in here for the girls, so I can monitor them when I'm not here. And then obviously this too. So far we have the door plug wired in, and then we have the sensor wired this way, then around and right at the door, so it can sense if a chicken is at the door and won't cut its head off. Oops, this is the mount, so I'm gonna put the mount right there and put the sensor in it. How far does it have to be?
10 inches.
10 inches, so this should work right here. All right. Is this supposed to come off? And oh, I see. Okay. So there's these kind of screw things here to hold it in place. Gotta undo that.
And actually, since we put the piston on the outside,
Yeah.
then this is supposed to go on the inside, because it's supposed to, you know, the instructions show it the other way around. Piston on the inside.
All
and this on the
right.
outside.
And I get that. So you can tell me, does this look proper or look like it should be?
It can be moved.
Is there another screw that's supposed to go in here?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
oops. No, I think it'll be fine.
Oh,
So hold on, I'm actually going to move the sensor back a little bit because I don't want it protruding. Okay, wow, this whole thing is threaded, the whole sensor. Okay, and that's it right there. Got it mounted on that bar, and it'll detect if a chicken is coming in, so it won't decapitate it. We definitely don't need any dead chickens on my watch, and that makes me think that the reason why they put the sensor in is because that's probably happened before. So good thing we put the box in here too, because the battery also has to go on the inside. And then we have to move the wires for the solar panel and put it on the roof somewhere. The panel that we got for this does not come with mounting brackets, and it has a pretty short cable. So we have to figure out the placement of this first before we decide on putting the other components in. And we have this panel here. We don't really need the mounting brackets on that, so we're going to remove those and put it on this panel here. This is used to charge the vehicles. This one is actually Jeff's, and I have one for mine as well when our vehicles are sitting around. It just keeps the battery topped off. Which I forgot to hook mine up, and my battery was completely dead. We had to jump it. Anyways, that's what he's doing now, is installing the brackets. Okay, it seems that Jeff's got it completely set up. We just have to figure out where everything goes. Like I said, the solar panel has the shortest wire, so we have to figure that out first. And then the charge controller, and then the battery. Thinking somewhere up here, because we do have to drill through the roof, and I do probably want it on the roof. But I don't want the chicken coop to start leaking because moisture is really bad, especially in the winter. Looks like the battery's fully charged.
Should have enough power for a while.
Right. Well, we can go ahead and place the solar panel and then run the wire and see how far the wire gets inside, and that's where the charge controller goes. Because it seems like we got plenty of wire here.
So that's the wire to the battery. This is the wire that it plugs into the unit.
Okay, cool.
This is the short one.
All right, and then we can get the Bluetooth hooked up.
I put these on backwards so that the cord was closer to the bottom. Otherwise, the cord's way up here.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Another foot.
Right, good idea. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get this mounted. We have those rubber screws, the ones with the rubber grommets. Hey, Moo-moo!
So I didn't know whether you wanted to put any holes in the roof or put it out here. Or...
Well, the problem with that is that after the sun gets past this time, this is all going to be shaded. So I think up on the roof right here, because it's not in the chicken coop, Jeff. And yeah, there's not a good place over there because that's all shaded in the morning. Yeah, the best is the top. It gets morning sun, gets afternoon sun, and it's not right over the chicken coop. It's that ledge over there. Okay, so we've got the hole drilled and the wire through. We're just gonna put a dab of silicone, but we put it on the higher ridge so that the water doesn't pool there. But we still are gonna put some silicone there just to seal everything off. And this is not above the chicken coop. This is actual like shelter that comes out. So if anything was to drip, it would drip out here, not in the coop. I'm actually gonna pull this out so there's a little slack there. And that's considered a drip line. That way, yeah, if it runs down here, it'll drip there and not run straight into there. Now that we got all that done, we're gonna go ahead and get the solar panel mounted so it doesn't blow off the roof. Okay, I think it's on. Awesome. Okay, the panel is mounted. I had to move this back just a step because this panel was shading that one there. But if worse comes to worse, we could always just take this one down because the camera is USB charged and there is a USB port on this charge controller. So we could just use this panel here for all of it. Okay, just got the controller and the wires were able to reach to here, so we can mount it somewhere in this area. I think I'm gonna step it back because I don't want it right up front where the chickens might want to peck at it. So we'll just step that back. If you'll get me some screws, I'll go ahead and mount this here. Probably right there. Okay, just got the screws, but I thought that it would probably be easier to go ahead and mount the wires first, because the wires are probably going to be harder to get to after it is mounted. So negative here. Is this loosened up?
Yes.
It doesn't look like it.
Well, I loosened enough to get it out.
And then loosen them up just a little bit more.
You don't want to push it in too far because the insulation's only off the wire a little bit.
I see.
Yeah. But it grips pretty well.
It'll let you know if it's charging anyways.
Yes.
Okay, the system is done. We just have to plug in the actual power to the JVR box. And the only thing I don't really like about this system is they put alligator clips here and they're not on very well, but I might actually change that later. But for right now, it'll have to do. He did have to adjust the actuator though and move it up just slightly because it wanted to come down to where this was. So now that's adjusted. All we have to do is go in and add a piece of wood here to fill in this gap. What, you want to go inside? Is that what you're clucking about back there? The door is working. Yeah, I think she wants to go inside, Jeff. Open the door. Open the door. She wants to go inside. Oh, she's going back down. Okay, so this is the app.
If you hit manual,
uh-huh,
then it says it's open, but...
Is it opening? It is opening. Oh, look it. There you go, girl. Come on. Come on, Sickie. It's opening. Wow, that is slow.
It is very slow.
That's good though. It'd be kind of scary if it like shut fast.
Something blocks the light, the sensor.
Okay, did you check the sensor and make sure it works? Okay, cool. Awesome. Alright, we need to put that piece of wood in. Okay, I just set it in the app to set 15 minutes before sunrise and 30 minutes after sunset. So that's awesome and amazing. Yay. It does come with 2 remotes, so I'll keep one in my rig, and then the other one will go to Sue and Ed. I'm just double checking the remotes work. Perfect. Okay, don't shut. Go back up. Okay, there we go. Since I didn't like the alligator clips, I went ahead and changed out these. That's much better. I've got the clear blue for the positive and then the solid blue for the negative. Well, another day almost over. You can tell the days are getting shorter. So we have completed everything and gotten it all done. That's working. It'll notify me anytime the door opens or closes, or if it doesn't. We have a online temperature thermometer, so that way we know how cold it gets in here for the girls. And then that's the automatic Coop door and the solar panel. Everything's working, and the camera, so I can check in on them when I'm not here. Got the roost bar, or that one back in anyways. That one I didn't really move. I just slid over. Yeah, and they'll be good. Nice window for sunshine. I do have the 2 outdoor cameras to watch them as well. This one here and the one by the garden out there that watches this area. Well, it was a lot of work, but I'm glad everything's secure. The girls seem happy in here and content. Not a lot of wind blowing. They can scratch around and do what chickens do. And I left a couple bales of the alfalfa just in case Ed or Sue wants to spread them around later when this stuff is kind of going away. And the door's done. Oh, yeah, I gotta get paint. I'll do that tomorrow. It's just been a long day. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the rest of that just so it kind of blends in. All right, girls. Well, we want to thank you for checking out our video. If you like it, don't forget to smash that thumbs up. And if you want to check out more videos, they'll be over here. Or if you want to subscribe or check out Patreon, it'll be over there. Well, the girls and I want to thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.